This is Wes. I'm in my backyard. Well, actually, my backyard's right over there. You can hear the goat complaining. Uh, Mosquitoes are pretty rough, so we're gonna make this fast. It's been raining for weeks. There's a few plants that have done better this year than ever before. One of those is this little bush right behind me. There's a few names for it. Drop plum, Lotebush, is it gray thorn, something like that. Let's call it a Lotebush. They're this one's actually pretty decent sizes. They'll get maybe a foot and a half taller than this. Sometimes a little wider, but not very often. They like to nestle up underneath other trees, like this one is, and they don't need a lot of water. When they do get a lot of water, they bear more fruit. Their flower is green. It's the same color as the leaves. I'm not sure how they get the pollination done, but the small green fruit that it forms or whatever is real tart. It's actually got some stuff in it that if you try to eat it before it gets ripe, it's yeah, it'll make you pucker. And if you eat too many, it's not something. It's not a challenge to anybody to see how many you can eat before your throat closes up. Don't eat them until they're ripe, okay? That's an important thing. So, but after they're ripe, they're delicious. We'll bring you all over here, show you a little closer what the plant actually looks like, and what the fruit looks like, and we'll go from there. There's some other stuff around too. There's butterfly. This is the Lotebush. These little fruit right here are delicious. Inside of them, there's a white, meaty fruit or whatever. These are really sweet. The outside shell is hard and gritty, which takes some getting used to, but they taste fine. Like I said, you don't want to eat the green ones. See, there's what you got to worry about though. Folks, the birds have already found these. There was 3 times this many berries on this tree 2 days ago when I shot this video. They will get into it, and they'll get into it fast as soon as they find it. This is a Lotebush. This is a small hackberry growing under it. And it's actually growing under a honey mesquite. Gotta be careful with these thorns. Just completely off topic, if you can find the Lotebush, not only can you eat the berries when they're ripe, but these thorns make rather respectable gorge hooks. Just saying. Alright, what we got, this is the Lotebush. We already went through all that. Your fruit, ow, you got to be careful to get to it because of those thorns I mentioned. These are a quick resource. They come ripe and they're gone. So if you find a tree and they're not ripe and you're foraging, keep an eye, mark the tree, figure out where it's at. Go back and check it every couple of days. You'll notice them start to change colors, and they're worth it. These have more sugar in them than blueberries. Haven't been able to find any of the data on them, but they're kind of like a little plum or whatever. So anyway, fruit, I think I showed y'all a while ago, is really white on the inside, and there's a little kernel. It doesn't hurt to eat the outside. I mean, You got to worry about what was on there before you got there, but you know, what's pooped on it, what's crawled on it, stuff like that, just like any wild edible. I don't have access to water to wash them. Right now, I wish I had access to fly swatter to kill that mosquito on my back. But there's your little seed kernel. Can you see it? I don't eat the hull, but I do chew them up and get the oil out. These are eaten in Mexico. Okay, for the fruit. I don't know if they eat the seeds or not. It hasn't killed me yet. Be careful though, because I mean, some people could be allergic. Like I say, the green ones will can actually cause you to pucker up. I mean, literally, and it's not something that wants to quit. It'll actually drop the tissue in your mouth and stuff. So you gotta wait for them to be ripe. Don't rush them. Okay. But that's still open. Berry. Just pop them in. Get the goodie off, and chunk the seeds under another tree somewhere, and hope you made another tree. Really good. So I ate every one of these trees. I had to come and find another tree to do the video on because I ate ones off the other tree. So, I don't know what they taste like when I explain it. Maybe like a bland kiwi. They're not as sweet as a kiwi, but the same kind of flavor. But you end up with all this junk. And I don't think it'll hurt you. Well, expect it to get stuck in your teeth. There's one. Hold on. Here we have your regular prickly pear cactus. These things grow all over the United States. They're pretty much a weed. So this one's a little bit of a hybrid, but not too much. They actually make these things that lose their thorns, and this is one such cactus. It's still got little tiny glochids all over it, but these right here are excellent food. You want the younger ones. These are last year's pads. They'd still be pretty good. Need to be careful and watch out for, you know, bug bites or whatever. There's an insect around here that likes to suck the juices out of the cactus. But the older ones, the older pads, are tough. You can eat them, they're not going to be any fun. There's actually more starches in where the potatoes are not, where the cactus pads join, but there's also more fiber. That's the least enjoyable part to eat. So anyway, and there's some of those bugs I was telling you about that like to eat this cactus. I'll give you a look at those here in a second. This, you take it, you harvest it without getting thorns or glochids in you. You burn the glochids off, you chop it up, and cook it down a little bit. If you've got a little bit of oil, fry it up in a little bit of oil, and then eat it. It's really good. It's got a citrusy flavor to it. Some people say it tastes like pickles. It doesn't. It tastes like, it's got a really mild lemony lime flavor, but it's not sour. It's not bitter at all. This is one of my favorite go-to let's eat something out of the woods thing. It's filling. It's got vitamins, minerals, sugar. It's good stuff. It's good for you. Let me show you my nemesis, my cactus nemesis. I don't know what they are. I call them cactus ticks. They will suck a cactus. They'll get on cucumbers too. They get in watermelons. They won't get on you. But those things
Like to eat some vegetables. Gross. Okay. Just gonna get the weed out the way. Get you better look there. There they are. They almost look like some kind of spider. But those things sticking up off their head aren't actually legs, they're antenna. So anyway. National Geographic moment. I hope that y'all got that on the got to see that. One of them took a big old dump. So yeah. There's your bugs. There's your bugs of the day. And this is another prickly pear. These are young pads too. I've watched this. You see, those are ready to be harvested and eaten. You can eat those flowers. The flower petals are delicious. I'm not going to mess with these because I'm wanting to harvest seeds from this year because I'm going to spread it. I've cut back some of it. 12 years ago, this cactus was tiny, and now it started dying out because so many rats have gotten in it. But I've started taking some of the smaller pieces and I'm relocating it because this is a very productive cactus, genetically speaking, when it comes to the berries. So yeah, and none of the pads that are here down in that bottom would I ever try to eat. They would be like eating wood. So, but all these ones on top would be delicious. Like I say, I'm gonna I'll eat a few of the tunas like this because they're good. They taste like okra. And but mostly I'm gonna try to leave it alone and see if I can get the cactus berries here in a couple of months.